I've only been in talking stages because he's getting twerked on at a party. He was a stunner. He was built like a Greek god. The universe may be my biggest op. I don't know what I did to it. I don't know how to fix it. But it's clearly not on my side, because today's video is about my love life. Let's log in. I have never been in a relationship at all. Not in middle school, not in high school. I haven't had a Valentine either. I've never been on a date. I've only been in talking stages, literally, and those haven't even lasted long. I legit don't know what to do anymore. I told myself if I am still single by the time I graduate, I'm going to just move to New York and be the cool rich aunt. But with all this, I'm getting ready to tell you guys some stories of how crappy my love life is. I don't remember how every talking stage went, but I'm going to give you a couple of what I do remember. Starting off for what I can remember in high school, I was talking to this one guy. He had long black hair and then like blue eyes. We're going to call him Rapunzel. He was okay. He did have a few red flags, like he was a stoner. I really fell for his like niceness and the fact that I thought he was adorable. I don't freaking know, because now looking back at him, it's just like other people I've talked to, I realized they're really not that attractive. I just let their personality feed for their looks. But basically, he was pretty chill. He was pretty cool in the beginning. He did have an issue with love bombing. Like 3 days after I was talking to him, he texted me, was talking about something, I love you. I was like, slow down. There would be times to where I would have issues with people in my class, and I would tell him about it because he asked me how my day was. And he's the type of guy to be like, oh, that's so annoying. I'll fight them for you. You're 5'6". You're not gonna do anything. You barely have a single muscle on your body. You're a toothpick. You can't do anything, first of all. Second of all, violence is not the answer. I just had a freaking bad day. People can be annoying. You don't need to, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. You're not John Wick. He had those moments. There will also be moments to where he just will get super moody and stop talking to me. There was one time to where he wanted to go to the game with me, and I was like, okay, cool. But I was the handler for our mascot, and the mascot was my best friend. I had to stay after school so I could stick with them, but also I was, my sister's a cheerleader, so I stayed with her and dealt with her or whatnot. So we had a team dinner, and I was invited, again, because I was the handler for the mascot. I didn't really expect him to be there. I expected him to go home, come back when the game had started, but he decided to stay with me. Again, I ain't telling him to do that. I was just like, okay, but like I have this going on. I let him know that I had work to do, and he still wanted to stay. So we had dinner, and I was like, oh, we're about to go eat. He was like, am I allowed in? I was like, no, you're not. This is only for the team. I'm eating, I'm talking with my sister, I'm talking with the cheerleaders, I'm talking with the coach, I'm talking with my best friend who's the mascot, but nobody knows he's the mascot. And I'm talking with him, and he's my best friend. We've been friends since freshman year. He's practically my brother. Literally, I still call him my brother, and he still calls me his sister in front of people. Like, he literally introduces me to his friends as his sister. I introduce him to my friends as my brother. I'm talking to him, and my friend is hilarious as ever. So I'm laughing. I'm having the best time of my life. And I can see him glaring at me or getting upset. And I'm like waving at him, trying to let him know, like, yo, I still know you're there. I try walking out to the hallway to talk to him to see if he was good, and he was ignoring me. I'm like, you good? Do you want a plate? And he was ignoring me. I went back to sit down, talking to my friend. Mind you, our seats are right in the doorway, so I can see Rapunzel. So he knows I'm not just trying to completely ignore him. I chose this spot specifically so I could see you. Apparently, I guess he thought that my best friend was a guy I liked simply because I was freaking laughing with him. So he decided to give me the silent treatment. The game starts, he leaves and goes out to the field, goes sits down. I wave at him, he ignores me. I'm taking care of the mascot, and I'm doing my thing. I'm making sure he doesn't fall down the bleachers. I make sure he's interacting with the crowd. He's interacting with the cheerleaders, whatever. And anytime the mascot goes on break, I go on break. Anytime the mascot will walk into the little spot for him to relax and take a breather, I would go try to find Rapunzel. I found Rapunzel sitting with his friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey, missed you. Try to talk to him, he'll ignore me. You okay? He'll ignore me. I kept going like that, and I tried texting him while I was working, whenever he would look at his phone. I would watch him look at his phone, put his phone down, and he only ended up texting me like later on into the game, third quarter. I think that's how it works. I don't know how football works, I'm sorry. And like, we were just going at it. He was just giving me attitude, and I just didn't understand why. I'm like, what is your issue? He only ended up telling me what was wrong at like 2 hours after the game ended. Like, so 2 hours after I'm already home. To shorten this one, he kept acting weird, and something in like my gut was like, he's not the one right now. Like, he's not it. So I told him, I was like, hey, I need to talk to you. I stopped giving him hugs that day because like I didn't understand how I was feeling. That lotion won't come out. I ended up telling him, I don't think this is working. I don't want to talk to you romantically anymore, but I do want to stay friends because he's a cool dude. He didn't like that because in the middle of me talking, he turns around and starts walking away. I'm like, hey, but like, can we still be friends? Like, I still care for you. And he starts walking faster. A couple of days later, I found out from one of my friends that's in his class, apparently he was plotting to have his friends jump me in the hall. I don't know when, and I don't know who, but I know a couple of his friends, and I know one of his friends is a delinquent, so I had a feeling it was going to be her. But yeah, apparently he planned to have his friends jump me because he was upset. I happily reported him with her, and then I emailed my dean, and I texted my coach. I'm getting threats that someone wants to fight me on a random day in the hall, so if you get a report that I was in a fight, just know I was defending myself. You want to know what they said back? Do what you gotta do. Thank you for letting me know. A couple others from high school is like, it's very short, so there's really no story. It's when I liked some girls. Yeah, I've liked girls before. Is it a phase? Possibly, because I don't know. I like what I like. I don't really think I like girls anymore. But like, I would try to talk to some, and they would give me attention back. But I found out that those were just tests. They just wanted to see if they liked girls. Another test was actually from a guy. He wanted to see if he liked black girls. Clearly not, because I'm still single. I was also a prank, a dare. That's all I can remember from high school. Now, fast forwarding to college right now, there was this guy I was talking to, and me and him are cool now. But yeah, so we're going to call him Island. Me and Island started talking during the summer because we met during an event that our school was hosting. I thought he was cute, especially his voice, and he thought I was cute. But the thing was, I had fluffy hair at the time. It was fake. It was crocheted, it was a crocheted afro. And apparently he liked that. So yeah, I had that for a while. We started talking or whatever. It was pretty chill. One of my homeboys was actually helping me talk to him because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We talked for a while, and then we found out we're going to be neighbors. He's still on my floor now. Again, we're cool, so it doesn't really matter. We were talking. I showed him that I took down my hair. Nothing really changed till we started school. It was orientation day. He still seemed chill. So for 2 weeks or a week and a half of school starting, we were cool until he decides to tell me he wanted a break. At least that's what it came off as, because he was having family issues and wanted to figure that out before he can continue talking to me. Again, I've never been in a long situation like this, so I assumed he meant the only reason why we can't talk right now is because I'm having family situations, but once that's figured out, we can talk again. I found out that that's not to be true because I got word from friends who knew I was talking to him. Hey, are you talking to Island still? Like, not necessarily. He told me that he had to figure out family stuff. Why? Oh, because he's getting twerked on at a party. Or, oh, because he just asked one of my teammates out on a date. Mind you, I'm getting information about this 3 days after, so I'm confused. I'm telling him I'm trying to get information about all this, and I'm telling him, like, I'm not trying to seem like a crazy bitch, but I just want answers. Like, I don't understand. Like, why is this happening? He finally opened up. He told me the truth. Basically, he just couldn't see me in a relationship way and thought we could just be friends. And he gave me an excuse so it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I told him, I was like, if you would have told me the truth, my feelings wouldn't be as hurt as they did now. But the way you decide to go about it is highly embarrassing on my part. Like, you told me this whole facade. Now I'm finding out 3 days later that you're doing all this with other girls. Like, that looks so embarrassing. It's embarrassing to get texts like this from my friends who saw me super, super happy about you. But, we went ghost for a while with each other. I didn't speak to him for a while, and then I posted something about some guy calling me a slur because I didn't appreciate a picture he sent me. He ended up checking up on me, and that was the start of us being cool again. Second one was that we're gonna call him Greek God because he was built like a Greek god. So after the whole island situation, a couple weeks go by, I think a month goes by, and I got a follow from this guy, Greek God. Seemed pretty cool, so I followed him back, and then he started texting me. I think it was about the guy that called me the slur, and I was just telling him about it, and he seemed cool. Then I ended up getting his snap, and we just started snapping on there. He would send me like funny reels on Instagram, and he would just text me on Snap or whatever. There was a time to where he wanted to hang out. I told him that I was hanging out with the girls because I don't really know you, and you're telling me you have an apartment, and I don't want you to kill me, so no. But then I ended up feeling bad, and I texted him later that night. I'm like, hey, sorry that we couldn't hang out today. Would you like to try hanging out tomorrow? Since we both like to work out, how about we work out together? He was like, cool. During the entire workout, he was like being cute, trying to get to know me, talking while we worked out. He was being goofy, basically telling me the weight I was lifting, I could have pulled more. It was just being goofy, being cute, I guess. I don't know. And he ended up taking me to get something to eat afterwards. Again, he seems pretty cool. He wanted to go somewhere to sit down, but I didn't know that till afterwards. I was telling him about this place called Happy Taco because he wanted to get Mexican food. Happy Taco doesn't have a sitting area, so we just took our food and went to his apartment. I thought he meant apartment. He means the apartment dorms that our campus has. We went there, we were watching a movie, and then the kissing and whatnot. I ended up hanging out with him 2-3 more times, and we would just hang out, kiss, and cuddle. Later on, like a couple more days later, I asked him, I was like, hey, did you ever figure out what you want with me? And he was like, nothing. Kind of like being single right now. Huh? Then he left it at that. And lastly, a friend we already know that I've talked about on our last Nugget Nonsense episode. McDonald's guy. After Greek God, a couple weeks went by, and I've seen McDonald's guy before, and I thought he was really cute from the start. But I was getting attention from Greek God, so I kind of like absent McDonald's guy from my mind. And I'll do that a lot. If I'll like someone and that someone gives me attention back, I'll focus on you. Even if I start liking someone else, I'll completely bypass them because I find it to make like if you like more than one person. I later found out that that's okay. But at the time, I thought it was like disloyal, even though I'm not talking to the person that's giving me attention. We were playing this game with our group of friends, and me and him were just like hitting it off very well and just talking. Later on, he ends up inviting me to his room with a group of friends to have a movie night. I guess that's where we started talking from. Our connection was very, very strong. Everybody in the room and everybody in the friend group practically said it seemed like we were already dating. So that's the best way I can describe our connection. It was like we were very, very connected. The issue is that ended up changing because he was leaving. He was getting homesick and he also couldn't pay for this college. I thought things would still be the same because of this whole facade he put on while he was here, saying that he cared for me and everything and da-da-da-da-da-da. The reason why we never became official is because whenever the topic would come up, he would be like, I like you and I want to be with you. It's just I have to find myself first, and I feel like that's not fair for you. I fell for it. I was like, okay, completely understandable. I didn't want to be this type of person. You're lying and da-da-da-da-da, because maybe something was wrong and he was trying to figure it out for both our benefits. The situation happened with our joke. Ghosted me for a while. Came back to apologize. Sent me a very heartfelt message saying how I made him feel, how I made him feel like he could open up, how I made him feel how he could be himself, be energetic, and I wasn't bringing him down. A very lovey-dovey, heartfelt message, only to see a female's hand on his story 2 weeks later. Girl has her nails done for Valentine's Day. Oh, so cute. And his initial on her thumb. Hold on. You made me wait a month and a couple of weeks to never make it official with me. But once you go home, you meet this girl for a week or two and she already got your initial on her nails. He's making reposts about her, posting her on his Snap and Instagram story, saying all these cute things on his notes, and I'm like, hold on, he never did this for me. So I was piecing all the dots together and I was talking to his friends, and I ended up dropping his friends because like the more I talked to them about it, the more they already knew that this was happening. They knew he was like this and sugarcoated everything. I believe those are all the stories of any type of talking stage I have experienced. Like I've said in the beginning, the others weren't very long, so there's not much to say. It literally lasted a week, or if I'm lucky enough, a month, and then I'll just be dropped. A lot of the times I would be dropped because they didn't like my energy. I have a lot of energy. I know what a time and place is, but I don't really read social cues that well. So if I'm not told or if you don't make it obvious, then I won't know. I've also been dropped because of my hair. Like I've said, Island, he told me later on that another reason why he just didn't want to talk to me anymore is because my hair was short. He really liked the volume of the crocheted afro I had. That I didn't actually have that hair basically drove him away. A lot of the guys I talk to, they want the Instagram model curly hair goddess because I had short curly hair. It was also dropped because of my style. I love anything that has to do with modeling, fashion, and design. I dress as what I like, so most of my clothes will not be sweats or a regular t-shirt and pants. It's something nicely styled, and a lot of guys don't like that. They want a simple girl, and that's not me. That's all I have. That sums up why I can't really find a relationship. I don't really know how my feelings towards relationships are anymore. I would like to be in one, but honestly, I can't see myself in one anymore because of these issues. So I guess right now I'm fine with being single. It's always in the back of my head, like, oh, it would be nice to have a Valentine. It would be nice to like cuddle up with somebody, watch movies with someone, dance in the rain with someone, and build a family with someone. But like, realistically, that might not happen for me, so I think I'll be okay with that. Also, for the am I the a-hole link, I'm so sorry. I've been so lazy with the videos, and I just started my new online class, so I'm scrapping that. Bye.
Game over.